friends, welcome back to the Average Joe podcast. I'm your host here, Joe, and today we're talking Dr. Dre's daughter, Latanya, and her quest out here to get some money because she's been cut off, okay? And let's just talk and see how we all feel about this. So let me give you a little background on her. First of all, she's 38. She has 4 children. She's like living in her car. The car's like $2,300 a month so that she can do DoorDash and everything. It's like a rental car. Her children are like, she's homeless, and her kids are like staying with like family and friends. Her dad is Dr. Dre, who we all know. He's worth about $800 million and everything. And she's let it be known that he's cut her off about 18 months ago. It's like she's kind of been struggling to kind of like figure out everything. And we all know the pandemic. She was cut off like right before the pandemic, and then it hits, and it's a lot of chaos going on. But we're here to talk. When do parents when does it stop being the parents' responsibility to take care of their children? And when do you just blame the kids for not taking the opportunities and using the resources that were presented in front of them? And we just have to kick you off the titty, and you just have to go figure it out on your own. A little bit of case of the tough love. So she going on social media crying and saying like her father cut her off, she don't have no money, she's homeless, all these things. And I'm like, so you're 38. And you're telling me in the last 38 years, you haven't figured out what you were doing with your life, figure out how you were going to make a source of money, or make sure that you were still on good terms with your father so that you wouldn't be in these issues. And my biggest question is, where are the children's fathers? Because we only talk about why your dad's not supporting, but we haven't talked about why the father of your children, who are like, your children like 16, 13, 8, and like 3, where are their fathers, or however many baby daddies you got, where are they, and why aren't they stepping up and being an active role in their lives, and maybe taking the kids away because maybe you can't handle it right now. You need some time to get yourself together, because I just don't see where it becomes the grandfather's fault. And it's just because, and it's only his fault because he has money. Because if he didn't have any money, then you wouldn't have any issues, or you would have found an alternative to this. You would have got it out the gutter. You would have been working, and you are doing DoorDash and warehouse. You just got to keep doing that. You're going to keep doing that until you get yourself in the position to not need help. And I just don't like the fact that she's coming out to society to kind of paint Dr. Dre as like the bad guy, and he cut off his daughter, and how dare he do that? He's supposed to take care. And you let it be known that he was sponsoring you up until 18 months ago. So something has occurred in those times. Maybe he put you on an ultimatum or a deadline that you didn't fulfill, and he's like, and now you're like, you've gone through everything and you need more money. And it's like, you've now started a GoFundMe, and we're supposed to come and sponsor your life. We're supposed to get you a house, take care of your kids. And it's like, no, we would have begged and killed for your opportunity. Be in the position you were in. My father's damn near a billionaire. You know what I'd be doing? I'd be doing everything and anything. Money wouldn't be an option. I'd get dibble and dabble in this business. I would have gotten a good education. I would have gotten anything. I would have done things to make sure that I was in the right position and, left and right to the right people. You are right there. And you didn't take advantage of your opportunities and use the resources. And now you're coming to us to take our little coins. Our daddies ain't got $800 million just lying around that he can take $1 million and completely change our lives. And it's like, no, it comes off a little lazy. It comes off a little entitled, comes off very selfish. And I'm like, no, get it out the gutter. There's obviously a reason why your parents do the things that they do. They don't kick you out of the house, or, stop talking to you, or cut you off for some petty reason. There's a good reason for this. We see it in the TV shows and movies where those little rich girls, their parents like, now you spend all the money, you don't know any better, cut you off, and they send them to the farm, or they send them somewhere to go get some valuable life lessons. And it seems like, maybe she needs this time to regroup and re-get herself together. And I don't, Shannon Sharp also agreed with Dr. Dre, like, no, cut her off. Like, people do need to take that time to get themselves adjusted, regroup, get it all back together, and then come back stronger. Because when you enable bad behavior, you're not doing them a justice. You're not doing them any good, because they're just going to do it again. We're going to give her $50,000, and then in a year or two, she's going to need more money. And say, all that money ran out, I was taking care of the kids and all this and that, and this is all gone. And it's, no. You need to work, Shannon Sharp also agreed on this, and it's like, yeah, kids, and I ask you guys, like, when do you think is an appropriate time for a parent to cut off a child? Like, when do they need to get kicked out of the house? When do their parents need to stop sponsoring them? When, is the right time? Because this girl is almost 40 years old, and you're mad your dad's not sponsoring. Where is the children's father? These are another thing when I was talking about last video, baby mamas are not becoming wives. They're just becoming baby mamas out here. And it's not fair, again, to society for us to be out here paying for your mistakes, your responsibilities. No. But maybe I'm wrong, you guys. Maybe you guys disagree. But no, your dad is worth $800 million and he needs to be taking care of you and he needs to support. It's his grandkids. It's his money. You know, he has it. He needs to do it. Maybe you feel that way. I'll tell you, I feel the opposite. I'm sorry. Like, no, your family's been rich way too long. You know, your parents separated when you were 5. That could also be another reason too. Like, you know, these, you know, together households and people growing up over here and over there and, you know, going to look for positive male figures and all the wrong people. Seeming like, you know, that could be another factor here. We don't know. Because she's only giving us one side of the story. And to Dr. Dre's, like, rightfulness, he's not going to speak on this. Like, I have nothing to say to her. You know, talk to my lawyers, because that's who you've been talking through. Talk through media, because that's who you like talking to. Because there's something, he told her to do something, she didn't do it. And that's why she's in a position. I refuse to believe otherwise. There's something, because he was supporting you. And all of a sudden he just stopped. So he told you to do something or expressed concerns about something and you didn't fulfill your end of the bargain and got cut off and you're mad. And I don't think society should be paying for you being mad. You're not taking care of your responsibilities. People out here are having to, it's a struggle out here. And you're not, you know, and it's a struggle out here. And you want us to take our hard-earned money to get to you who has like endless money, endless resources, endless opportunities and things. Come on now. That's just not fair. That's a little selfish, don't you think? Come on, girl. You know, and when do people grow up? Like, when do people take accountability for their actions? When do people accept responsibility for the position that they're in? If you're in that position, you need to work 10 times harder to get yourself out. Period, poo. No excuses. Don't get on social media begging for attention, begging for help, begging for this and begging for that. And we shouldn't be so gullible to believe it, gullible to fall through it. Because, like, again, you guys, if we can get this girl this $50,000 and we have no return on our investment, we could definitely be doing so much more for our community and taking our money and be doing other things. Okay, y'all? But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. Maybe you agree, disagree. I don't know. Let me know in the comments, you guys. Comment, like, subscribe below. Tell me I'm crazy, delusional. You taking care of your kids regardless. Hey, maybe you agree. Cut that girl off the titty. Go figure it out on your own. A little tough love. Never hurt anybody, because, like, my aunt gave me a little tough love when she told me you got 2 months to get out my house. I went and got me a little job at Dunkin' Donuts, and I saved up, got my little apartment, and you just keep building from there, okay? And it's much better than if she just kept enabling me or kept doing this and all of that. Like, no. You got this time. Get out. If I didn't, you know, we're not even going to get into it, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe below. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of That Average Your Podcast.